I frequently forget my friend is trans. Not in a bad, misgendering way. My friend is FTM trans, although I have only ever known him as a male. I myself am AFAB non-binary and I completely understand that was something he did not have to disclose to me but felt comfortable enough to tell me. Frequently in our group chat with 4 of our other friends we will be talking about Sparkle's female issues Sparkles and I'll make a comment like, I bet ____ is kind of uncomfortable right now. And he'll just pop in and be like Roastinted North, you forgot again. I still have to deal with this issue too. We're all in our 20s and 30s and I'm not sure if it's a red flag or a green flag that I just forget that he's trans. Like I said, it's not in a bad misgendering way. It's more of a, oh shit, my bad my ADHD has caused this tidbit of information to slip from my mind again, I've only ever known you as a man, way. He does say it gives him gender euphoria when I forget like that, because it means he passes as a male very well. He does say it gives him gender euphoria when I forget like that, because it means he passes as a male very well. Honestly, as awkward as those conversations can be, it's always a bit vindicating to have them. Sometimes the awkward can outweigh the affirmation, but for stuff like that, you're probably good. I very frequently forget my son is trans. Like, when he came out, I just started thinking of him as a boy, and now I'm always really confused for the first few seconds when he complains about period cramps or something. TBF I have a friend who's MTF who I did know before she transitioned, and I still frequently forget she's trans. The only thing that reminds me are her occasional posts about it. ADHD do be doing us dirty in terms of storing information. I couldn't tell you one thing that happened today. Trans but cis. Random and kinda weird question. So my close friend has a friend who I don't really know, but she has been talking to me about how this friend, 21 AMAB, told them her that they identified as transgender. She naturally assumed they meant this in a MTF way. Apparently no, they are an AMAB who identifies as a trans male. Is that even possible? They call themselves part of the trans community, and are going on and on about it. She's been polite about it, but is it really a thing to identify as someone who has transitioned to the gender you were already assigned? They haven't been taking tea or anything, I don't see why they would, they are AMAB. Can you even identify like this? TL/DR cisgender/AMAB friend of friend is identifying as a transgender male, or effectively calling themselves a trans male, but they are kinda already male. Is this something that occurs within the trans community, or is this obscure and not seen by y'all? I don't have an opinion on them either way, but my friend is curious how to react to this. This isn't something I see commonly, no. If someone is AMAB then they literally can't be a trans man, unless maybe they're intersex. Otherwise it's just gross and weird to claim to be part of a community you have no experience in, and honestly a little bit offensive. Could they be non-binary in some way? It certainly sounds confusing. Need advice. Emoji _thoughtful. I live in the UK and it feels like the government are moving towards the criminalization of trans people and gender-affirming care. Rishi Sunak has recently criticized the idea of being trans in front of Brianna Ghey's mother. He told teachers that they should force trans students out to their parents and not use their preferred name and pronouns BC. They can't encourage delusions in school. The NHS have now passed a ban on puberty blockers for young people unless they're part of clinical research trials. And Liz Truss is trying to ban puberty blockers everywhere, in public and private clinics, for everyone. It really feels like we're moving towards the criminalization of trans people. There's a general election soon, and I know Keir Starmer defended trans people when Rishi said those things in front of Brianna's mother, but will any government be better? Will any political party bring back the gender-affirming care rights that are being taken away? It makes me want to end things. BC. I can't leave this country as I'm only 17. I want to eventually leave this country and go somewhere else where trans and gay people are much more accepted socially and politically. So 2 questions: how do you cope with being forced to live in a country with a transphobic government that might make your existence illegal? And what countries can I move to when I'm financially able to? People have suggested Germany, I've heard suggestions of New Zealand, but where else is an option for me? Girl, I'll pray for you. It seems we are this year's evil ones to those who want power. Please do keep up the good fight as you look for a safe place to live. Gosh, I don't know what yo even say about all of this. I literally moved to this country to get away from a country where LGBT is illegal. At this point it's starting to feel like there's going to be nowhere for trans people to feel safe. It feels like we're being erased at this point. Why go so far to make people feel like they could be safe and then just do a reverse?